All right, true believers, where were you when the great Saitama sending started? I was deep invested in it. And today, it's a great day. It's not financial advice, but I'm always right.
I'm married to the music like more to be on bricks. Even my lady call herself a side chick. I'm popping up like over red and vodka on the flame conscious.
All right, guys, the market's trading at $2.76 trillion with a 24-hour volume of $128 billion. And that is, again, a low number, but continues to mean that the money is coming into the market instead of flowing out of the market. And Bitcoin is still above 63,000. It's been trading above 60,000 for a good period of time, which means that it's accumulating and it's consolidating at a very, very high number. And those are the types of signs that will tell you that there is a great sending that's coming very soon. Also, Ethereum is up to 4237 and it's consolidating in that 4,000 range as well, which means that we've got a limited amount of time. As a matter of fact, Ethereum market cap is about to hit $500 billion. And once it gets there, it may just stay there for a little while. Going down the list here, you see a lot of green. Solana is up 32%. Now, trading has stalled just a little bit. It's gone a little bit sideways, but 32% on the week. But what's my favorite this holiday season? Phantom, FTM. Now, where is that today? Well, we don't have to scroll very far because Phantom, matter of fact, I just passed it. Phantom is now up to number 26 in the market, up another 12.8%, 47% over the last 7 days. If you got in there, it wasn't financial advice, but I told you so. If you didn't, it was still not financial advice, but you should have listened to me. But you really shouldn't, because it's not financial advice. And if you send me messages about it being financial advice and you lost money because you decided to take the word of somebody who's on the internet as the person who guides you in your investments, get at me, bro. I don't care. Grow up and do your own research. Don't let me do it for you. Moving on. All right, guys, I thought we were going to do something a little bit different today. We are going to take a deep dive into Saitama, and we're going to see exactly where it is. Now, guys, if you have been following me for any length of time, you will know that I am a big fan and investor in Saitama, and I think that they have done a remarkable job. I'm going to scroll down a little bit and remove that Floki ad. But I think they've done a great job of keeping their investors engaged, keeping their investors motivated, and adding new investors at the same time. If you look at the hodlers down here, you're up to 124,000. Now, if you remember, I went back. I was in way down here is when I ended up getting in. So if you think I'm not happy, you would be mistaken. The trading. If you look right here, a lot of you have been asking the question about why is Saitama going crazy? Well, it's a combination of several things. First of all, Bitmart trading just started. Second, Gate.io listing just happened. And if you go to the fundamentals of what this token represents, then you're going to find a lot to love. First of all, fostering the future. Welcome to Saitama, a community-driven platform promoting financial well-being by empowering people of all ages and cultures to be in control of their money and create their own wealth opportunities. The Saitama token is our medium. It was built on the Ethereum blockchain, the ERC20, with a smart code that makes it safe to invest and beneficial to hold. There's video about it. I'm not going to run the video, but there's a video about it. Here's where you buy. Here's your white paper. We're going to get to that in just a moment. The mission: to educate the next generation of investors and make financial well-being accessible to all, which, to be fair, that's exactly what's happening. Our ecosystem, the Saitama token, a 2% passive income 2% of every transaction with Saitama is deducted and redistributed to our pool of holders. It means that just by holding it, you will see the number of tokens increasing automatically every day as the community transacts. Deflationary currency, an additional 2% of the amount of all transactions taken out of circulation, meaning that our token supply is constantly shrinking and making your Saitama increase in value with time. We've already started with 49% of the supply burnt, and you can see that there's a lot of Saitama being burned, as a matter of fact. Anti-whale trap. Everyone is expected to make profit, but we want profit to be for everyone. Saitama is coded in a way that prevents big wallet holders from trying to manipulate the price in their favor or dumping the tokens by selling out. So you're going to see smaller sales. Now, some of you have been complaining in the chat about large sales totaling $1 million or so, or $500,000. That's not big anymore. These people were in early and they made that money. They deserve to take their profit, and they deserve all the success that it can provide for them. So I really wish, if you could, lay off those guys. They made it. You're going to make it too, but you're not going to make it if you can't have the patience to understand that these people are entitled to their profit and they're entitled to their money. So the burn percentage is covered there. Saita Mask, November 13 at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. Saitama will be releasing Saita Mask, which is a one-stop shop for DeFi. Use bank cards to purchase tokens, buy and sell goods and services using crypto, learn and improve financial skills, create and trade NFTs. Guys, you have a bank of crypto that you can use here to make your life just a little bit easier, especially if you're in the crypto market. Now, some of you might even be like me. I try not to even buy anything with cash because I don't pay taxes on it. So I'm not pulling anything out at the moment, but it sure would be nice if you were able to transact and do almost everything. You still have to have a little bit of fee. I'm not telling you that you shouldn't have any cash on hand, by the way, but you should be able to transact a lot of business with the Saita Mask, a smart wallet that revolutionizes the cryptocurrency market by solving fundamental problems in the decentralized finance, allowing investors from any level to be in control of their wealth. New investors normally have to go through several steps, especially when buying new coins that are not yet listed in exchanges. They often feel discouraged from starting in DeFi and eventually forced to turn to intermediates or centralized operators, where they are more limited and subject to private interest and higher taxes. Saita Mask solves this problem by being a one-stop shop where you can connect your payment system of choice and be able to buy, sell, swap, transfer, and do whatever you need with any coin without leaving the mobile app. You will also be able to analyze your investment using multiple tools that help you make decisions and keep track of your Saitama rewards. Saita Mask will also serve as a hub connecting users to the Saitama edutainment platform, which we're getting to, meaning that they will be learning about finance and improving their skills while investing. The Saita Mask will also be connected to Saita Maker and Saita Market, helping users to buy and sell items with crypto inside the app. The Saitama platform is Saita Maker, a new approach to NFT. The Saita Maker is a launchpad platform that will allow users of Saita Mask to create, launch, and promote their projects, as well as trade property related to them using the Saitama monetary system. Please join our channel for updates. That's Telegram. It is available at Uniswap or on Dex Tools, and you'll be able to see it. Saita edutainment. One thing that sets Saitama apart from other crypto initiatives is having the content at the core of our business. We are currently developing a multi-channel platform that will educate people on how to save, invest, manage money, and create wealth opportunities while entertaining our community. Besides developing proprietary content, Saita Edu will be a community-operated business where anyone that is a content creator can profit from sharing their talents and knowledge about finance. Please join us in our channel for update. And Saita Market. One of the challenges with decentralized finance right now is the difficulty to take your tokens out to use in everyday needs. The Saita Market is a marketplace inside Saita Mask. Now, there is a white paper, an explanation of how to buy. Here's your contract address. And as you go down, you're going to start to see a bunch of different information. This will tell you what stages they are in right now as they move along. And you will see stage 3 is absolutely crushed, by the way. TV and radio interviews, Saita Maker, Saita Mask, Saita Market, those are all coming in stage 4. So Everything that you see is turning to gold. Here is the team. You can look at these, by the way. You can click on them, get a little preview of their background. You can go through all of the processes and scroll down here and check out everything you can all the way until you get to the end where you can actually buy the Saitama Wolfpack ring. Currently, it's trading for 0.07 ETH, and there is the Saitama collection of cards. If you remember, a month ago, I was pushing these Pulp Fiction cards. Beautiful, awesome cards. If you have any questions, there is a reply right here for you. Here is the Twitter feed. Everything that you need to transact and to do everything with Saitama is right there in front of you. And that doesn't even get us to the finance of being at 71.76 and being up 15% on the day. And when you start to scroll back, all you see is up. You see a little bit of accumulation and consolidation right here. You see, I think somebody sold off 470 ETH worth of Saitama in a very short period of time right there. And the whole dip has just about been eaten back up because it just keeps going. It just keeps going. It just keeps going. And Gate.io is open for trade. So that's why you're seeing so many purchases happening right now. So guys, if you are interested in a product that is next level, that's doing it right now, that's not preparing for the future, but living in the present and doing it right now, then you can't go any better right now than Saitama. And haven't even gotten into the gaming because there is a game being worked on called Wolfcaster. I assume that it's that the weaponry that it uses, maybe casting wolves or something like that. It's very, very quiet right now. We're going to find out in short order what it is because you can't keep that down for very long, but we're going to start to see previews of what it is. We're going to start to see concept art, designs. Always be in Telegram in order to find that. Then it was mentioned that there would be a movie, maybe Netflix, I don't know. Anime, obviously. Also an anime TV series might be coming. I hear rumblings that Saitama Entertainment is doing a lot of really, really cool things. So guys, if you're looking for an investment opportunity, the investment opportunity right now is Saitama. That's all my time for that. So let's move on to everybody else. All right, Hokk trading 54.41. That's down about 13% to the previous day. It looks like the daily volume is close to 1 million, that's a very good number. The diluted market cap is still sitting at about 54 million. You broke the support line. I know I keep coming into your chat and I keep telling you about the support line. That support line is very important, and you've been broken for about 24 hours now. So it's going to be time real soon to start changing that support line if you guys can't get back to it. Now, in order to get back to it, then you're going to need a nice little bull rush to take you up to around 6,900 in the next 8 to 9 hours. And if you can get there, you will be back within the support. When you're back within the support line, then guess what happens? All of those magical, I need to be involved. It's not enough that David Gottstein is sending out tweets about you. You got to get within your support lines. Once you get into those support lines, and once you guys have made it back there, then the money will start to flow, and you will start to see that big lift that you've been waiting to come back for the last bunch of days. But you got to get there in order to make it happen. And you can't get there and make it happen unless you go out and show your product. Moving on. Sanshu, guys, traded 35.14, down 2% from the previous day. I said the same thing that I said to Hokk when we were talking about this before, that you guys have broken your support line. That support line is starting to change. It's starting to average its way out a little bit. And in order to get back to where you need to be, you got a long way to go. Otherwise, we're changing the support line, make it a little bit broader, make it a little more sideways in its action. And when that happens, it means you're not going up anymore. Now, that's obviously something that's got to be worked on. We want to get these lines right before we do that. But the lines are starting to go horizontal, and you want them going a lot more vertical than what they're doing right now. Now that you've broken support, the bad part is over, because I saw this dip last night. was a couple of hours ago, and here you bought everything back up, and guys, everything is trending back in the right direction. So if you can get back above a support line, then trackers are going to start to see it. And when I put this support line out, this is crazy. I need to do my homework. There we go. So that looks a little better. So guys, you got to get to a level where you're a lot more vertical, and that action will start to happen and you're going to see it, but you got to get there first. For those of you that are new and are just now looking, Sanshu is now talking about a move to Sanshu 2.0. It's in the discussion phase, and if you're interested in that, then it might behoove you to get into the Telegram right now and start engaging in that conversation about what it is that you think the future holds for Sanshu, because they can sure use some help with the brilliant minds that follow me to help them, because they do have great plans, but those great plans, they revolve around the investors, and the investors who are engaged are the ones who are going to get what they want and what they need. So get in Telegram, start talking to these guys, tell them what you expect, what you want, and let's see if they can't do it for you. Moving on. All right, Floki Vikings, I know you're raiding right now. It's early in the morning. I'm watching a Telegram, and I see what's going on. You guys are up 60.29. It's up 5% to the previous day. Now, the interesting thing is that I know, just by looking at this chart, that you guys have just hit a bull trend, that you're probably going to shoot back up to around 8,000. But we got to talk just a little bit about getting a lot more price action going. And you're advertising in Los Angeles. You got billboards up. Anybody who's interested, go to Telegram, look it up. There's billboards being posted of what's going on in Los Angeles, France, Spain, the Netherlands, England. Floki is rapidly taking over the world, and that doesn't include the fact that there's a video game Valhalla coming. Now, day to day, what do Vikings do? Vikings raid, and they go take from others to provide for themselves and their people, and that is what Floki is doing right now. When I say Floki Vikings are raiding, what I mean is they're going onto social medias and they are having organized shills where they are telling people about what is going on in their verse. And I think today, instead of just going to Twitter, which is what everybody kind of does, I think today they're on 4chan. They're going to be on Reddit for a little while. Floki Vikings are spreading and branching out because at the end of the day, the question is this: do you want it? And if you want it, do you want it more than the next person? And if you do, what are you going to do about it? And I think the answer for Floki is they're going to do whatever they got to do to make something happen. And this is the price action that you've seen since the beginning. So I think it's safe to say that it's about to happen all over again. If you start looking at this right here as you're gauged for what's happening right here, you see it draws out just a little bit longer than this quick spike right here, because this market is a little bit different now than it was a month ago. But what you're seeing is you've met that little dip right here, and now it's all about the up, which means that Floki's going to go drop a zero at any moment right now. And you should probably be part of that, because that's going to be some serious moolah that you could earn for your investment. So pay attention to Floki. Don't lose sight. Vikings get it. Moving on. All right, Kishu, if you guys were paying attention to me, you know that I'm talking to you about your sideways action. And I kept telling you that if you stayed 2 days ago in this bull channel on the upside, which is going to be right about here, then the next thing that's going to happen is you're going to have this nice big liftoff. And I don't know who believed me and who didn't, but it seemed like there was a lot of support for that idea in chat. Of course, there always is when I'm telling you that the bull thing is moving. But you're 53.08 today, up 44% in the last 24 hours, which means anybody who had a nice bag in there, you just made yourself a little bit of money. Now, it's going to keep going, by the way, because your chart has now trended in the up fashion here, and we need to find a better series of levels right here. Your chart has started, and you can make an argument make an argument down in here. But wherever you start looking, you are inside. This is outside of the channel. So yeah, you are on your way up. You're at the top of your channel right now. If you can continue to push it up, then you can start to make a case right here to pull it up even more. And this means you're probably due for a little bit of a dip, because there's always a healthy correction that's going to happen. You can see it right here. This is where you are. You're going to go down, and it's going to start to rebuild itself from right there. And then this price action right here is going to put you right about here at 41. There's a lot more holders than there were before. Follow the price action, then you might see that. Otherwise, a couple of good listings on a few exchanges, and then things will change dramatically. If you don't follow me, I'm doing some stuff on other tokens today. If you want to be informed, by all means, please go check them out. But one of them in particular, which I don't think I'm allowed to say the name in Telegram, but one of them in particular, which you'll see the coverage begin for a little while at the beginning, is doing a lot of things, and a lot of that is coming from exchange listings, and their market sentiment continues to improve. So you guys do the same. The same thing's going to happen for you. And like I said, where you go, this market goes. And I believe that you guys are the ones that are going to do that great sending. And it looks really odd for me right now to have these lines kind of out of where they're supposed to be. So I'm putting them back because it makes me feel weird. I guess that's ADD or something kicking in. But anyway, you guys are in a great position. Keep the push going. Keep the moves going. This up sentiment continues to move. Remember, 220,000 holders. That's a good level of support, and that puts you about at this level of $4,000 right now, which means that your upside is tremendous. So, guys, if you go back here and you remember, you guys were way up here and had dropped to zero a long time ago. So it's about time to start doing that again. So start thinking about it, because doubling where you are right now, that drops to zero, and that makes you look real good. Moving on. All right, StarLink troopers, you guys are trading at 1507. That's down 5%. As you can see here, I threw a few lines up here to kind of give you an idea of what the expectation is about what I think is going to happen in the next little while. And as you can see right here, you broke your support, and we're going to use a couple of these as a relative support line. Now, you can make an argument, if you wanted to, that the support line comes down to about right here, and you can broaden this level of support, but I don't think it's necessary, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to get you up to that next level, and in getting up to that next level, these are the numbers that we're looking at right now. So let's call this your support line. You broke support here a little bit, you broke support here a little bit, but the general trend is to the vertical, and when you're going upwards, then that's what you want to see as a good sign. Now, here's the problem. When you look at this on the top, what you're looking at is a 1433. You're looking at a 1529. You're looking at yourself touching almost 1700. I think you busted 1700 for just a little while I was watching the other day. You saw that big spike up to 1800 right about right here, but it wasn't sustained. It caused a massive sell-off. Now that in part is because the number of holders has to increase in order to support those types of levels. But what you're seeing and what you're experiencing right now is a little consolidation in the down part of this channel. And what I mean by a channel is this. Let's put this right in the middle, and let's just say this right here is your channel of support. If you notice, a lot of your price action and a lot of your accumulation is happening in the downside of this channel and not towards the upside. And what you want, ideally, is you want to see your support levels like this right here continue into this upside. Now, in the last couple of hours, you've seen a little bit of sell-off, and you got to get back to the green. In order to do that, there's something to remember here. Like, this is a long-term hold for you. One day, you're not going to wake up and you've made $1 million. One day, you're going to wake up and you made $10,000. The next day, you're going to wake up, you made $12,000. The next day, you're going to wake up and you made $14,400. And I'm going to do nerd math and stuff like that, but I'm not going to keep going. You get the point. You're going to make a constant and sustained level of movement every single day, because what you're doing is you are funding a metaverse game. Now, at some point, this pooled StarL is going to start to run out. And when it starts to run out, then that's when your price is going to start going just in a parabolic fashion. If you look at your circulating supply, you're looking at 10 trillion. It's not a lot, and there's 370 billion still pooled, which means StarLink bosses, you need some more exchanges to spread out your investor pool. Investors, you got to get this channel to the upside so that it can start moving in an upward fashion. That comes with good news. That comes with coordinated campaigns. A little bit of advertising never hurts. So I'm just giving suggestions. I'm not telling you what to do because it's not financial advice. Moving on. And guys, don't forget, before I say moving on, don't forget, you need the upside of this channel. So when you get that price action up here later on today, I assume it's going to be later on today because your price action is very volatile right now. So I assume that price action is going to hit around 1800 a little bit later on today. When that price action hits about 1800, that's the time to consolidate and keep that upside channel going. And then we can start looking at this right here as your new support level. And that's going to be awesome. So now really moving on. All right, boss token, you guys are trading at 1238. That's down 11%, and you broke a little bit of the support lines that I was throwing out to you yesterday. That's okay because it was sideways action anyway. It wasn't going to really go anywhere and sustain you. Now you are at your bottom support level, and everything is probably going to move, as you can see over here, back up to the good side and get you guys back to around 2200. Now, in order to sustain that, you guys are going to have to do some shilling. You're going to have to go tell people about this product. You're going to have to start to get people invested in the outcome of what's going on with Boss Token and the Boss Tracker system. Now, I make it sound easy because that's all you got to do. Obviously, it's not. You got to have a group of people who are prepared to do that and are prepared to go out and to take care of business. And if you do that, then everything's going to be beautiful for you because you've got one of the best ideas and premises in tokens, but this is a long-term hold until Zero gets ready to produce the Boss Tracker and get it out for testing and get people into it. Then it's going to take a little bit of time before things start to happen to the good. In the meantime, you guys have to show your product. You have to show people what it is. Now, that's not going to matter too much in the early parts of the market. And I know that everybody's looking for phase 4 of the crypto market, but we're not in phase 4. We are still in phase 1. We're waiting for that Bitcoin liftoff so that we can get to the Ethereum liftoff, so that we can get to the altcoin liftoff, so that we can get to meme coins and we can start getting sent. But that is going to happen only as well as what you shill, because the product is the product, but people need to know what's going on. So you got to be out there telling them all about it. And if you do that, then everything's going to be to the good. I don't have any other hyperboles to give you about it, except you got to go out and show your product, let people know who you are. When this video comes out, make sure that you have Boss Token chatter all over the comment section. You got to do the little things, because the little things start to become big things later on. Moving on. All right, guys, I don't want to get off on a rant here, but Saitama has done a remarkable job so far. Now, there are other tokens out here that are doing a remarkable job as well. Like Floki, they're doing a remarkable job, but Saitama right now has set itself apart from the rest of the meme coin universe in that it has been able to take this moment in time and translate it over to a few successful listings. It has treated its holders with a lot of value, and it's made sure that they understand we're interested in the people who are long-term holders. We're not interested in the short-term holders, but we love you for coming in. We just hope that you understand that we are on the way up, and they have massaged their relationship with people. They've presented you with an entire IP and an entire culture. You have Wolfcaster. You have Saitama. And Saitama, by the way, is trying to revolutionize the wallet so that all of your purchase, everything that you could do, you're able to do with Saitama. Now, when Saitama becomes a utility token in that regard, then the world becomes their oyster. And you can believe that because what's happening right now has all been to the good. They've made every single move that you could possibly make, and they've made them successfully. There's no down, there's no dump, there's only accumulation. When you see a massive sell-off, it gets eaten up right away. Why? because there's a lot of investors. They're successfully engaged. When you look at their listings on other tokens, you see the same thing on the other exchanges. Everybody is into what Saitama is doing, and they're treating their people right during the process. And here's what one of the biggest things that you can possibly say about a token is that they have a bunch of whales that are responsible whales. None of them have sold off in a way that has crippled or otherwise screwed up anything that's going on with how they are trading. They create their own dips basically, and then they get eaten back up, and they continue to keep going, and they continue to moon. Now, when I say that, what I'm trying to say is this: you're at a level right now, or Saitama is at a level right now, where you can dip the product a little bit, and then you can induce a lot of buyback because there's a positive sentiment. Don't get that confused with a scam like Tails the other day. And if you were not familiar with that, there was a token that popped up #1 on Dex Tools. It's a scam. It's called Tails, and I'm not sure if it was by the apes or whoever it was, or the degens. It was probably a degen thing. What they did is, and what they have is, they have this group of people that are convinced that this is the way that you do business and this is how you launch. So what they do is they'll launch a token. They'll get about 1,000 people into their Telegram, and then here's where it gets interesting. What they'll do is they'll wait for that nice little buy up, and they'll get that first little moon, that first 1 hour moon. When that happens, they will start dumping from their wallets, and they will dump enough for people to eat it back up, and then they'll start doing things like sheep do. And what they'll do is say things like tasty dip, blah blah blah, and they'll send out Doritos memes and stuff like that, like eat that dip and all of that crazy stuff, and then they'll get back to where they were before, and then the people who are running this program will then do a cascade of more sells to drop it back down. Then people are like, wait a minute, what is going on here? Oh goodness. And then they're going to come into the chat and they're going to say, this is how you do it. This is how everybody does it. We're releasing, and we're calling it adding liquidity. They're not adding liquidity. They are shitting on you, and they are trying to screw you over. That is exactly what these people do. Here's what's going on. They are leaving you a dead product, but in the meantime, they are creating your enthusiasm. Then they are using your enthusiasm to get new investors into the product. That's how they do this. And then they start their cascade of sell-off, and they keep that price down, and they keep letting it fight. They let it fight, and they let it fight. Now, I don't know who the person is, but I do know this. The person that it is always goes out for a smoke break. So I know that it's one person or two people or three people who are doing this in this market, but they go from token to token to token to token to token. And all they're trying to do is just moon a little bit so that they can do a cascade of sell-off, and they can make themselves a little bit of profit. And then what they'll do is say, you guys did great. You guys did awesome. Rah, rah, shish, boom, bah. This is a renounced token. This is a community contract. You guys are on your own now. Good luck. And then they will sell everything, and then they will leave. And the amount of profit that they made is basically a whole bunch of Ethereum. And all they did was put in a couple of Ethereum and create a little bit of enthusiasm. That's not how you run a token. That is how you act like a piece of shit. But people fall for it all the time. Saitama, Floki, these products, I cover these products because they are not like that. Because that's not how they do business. That's not what they do. What they do is they offer you a service. They offer you a utility. They offer you a product that you can be proud of to say that you are part of. That's all you can ask for. So guys, when I cover a token, when you see me covering a token, then you can rest assured that I believe that it has an opportunity. Now, in fairness, I was wrong about Keanu. I was absolutely wrong. I even put the name at one point. So I was wrong about that one because I relied on people who were telling me information, and they were not telling me the best of information, and they were getting misled themselves, which was causing this cascade to happen. But we're going to move on. We're going to move on to something better. We're creating something better. I do have a sneak peek that we're probably going to reveal today. So if you're in the old Keanu Telegram chat, then you're going to see it, and you will know what is going on in the future. But in the meantime, Guys, Saitama, they are doing everything right. Floki, they are doing everything right. Hokk is doing everything right. They're transferring a contract. Sanshu might be transferring a contract over. Kishu, the same thing. They're doing everything right. All of these guys are doing the things that will create wealth. StarLink is one of the best long-term holds that you can possibly have. Not only are they a currency, but they're creating a video game where you are going to live inside a metaverse, which is going to be incredible. And I've seen the previews of it, and I've seen the videos of it, and I know this to be true. Boss Token is creating a boss tracker, which is something that we don't have in this space other than ETHSplorer or EtherScan, and those are rather generic, but it's important for you to know exactly what it is that's in your wallet and what's going on with what it is that you have. So all of these things are going on, and they're making the crypto space better. And that's why I cover them. If there's somebody else that you think that should be covered, send me a message. I'll be happy to look at it. Can't make any promises, but those are my guys. That's my time. We'll see you tomorrow.
Been around since the 80s and wasn't always cool, especially with the ladies. I was a damn fool. Dad was an alcoholic. Mama, she had to leave him. Grew up around the fighting, the fussing, cussing, and cheating. That's when I started breaking all of the rules, selling drugs and robbing people. I was kicked out of school. I was a bad kid, tearing shit up, sleeping on couches with 40 bottles and cigarettes.